Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama ehwe Ghana fo nyina anim ehwe camera mu etena media fo nyina anim ka che say ono na ban ene de national health insurance ebaye ono ene ma Ghana ye health insurance ye we ye national health insurance Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama etumi bie na no ekasa on the next chapter yendi atem yen kasentia peni yen kasa kasentwi de bi asem ne da no ene ye de to ye behwem na ye bisa se anya bia asem na okache media for no eye nokre ana ye nokre mr mombo video ne ma metiawa na embra issues na so dia Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama ekache media for no enie
in the NHIS. NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go.
Enti se ene utifie na utse former President Mahama so ono na ban ene ma Ghana health insurance national we yembehyew. And the normal circumstance we cry ya semanka ye be chechim.
Abusianfo mamema mo akwa abanfa mo embra Rajab Media afidie so. Ye nyina nim se afi eye abato afi ya akabosom kakra ne nafua kakra na ye kwa abato ano na yakoto aba ede ayi Ghana ye mampani ene ye mrahye bedwafo ne senti ama amonyoku ahodo akuku dam ye wo ma Ghana mu Roma sole agina ya sese de wonom perdika ene NDC amonyoku ne nam nifa no na MPP amonyoku so ede nam bonkum na ye nyina ne miracle Aboagye Dennis ya woye MPP communicator meka sisi ya no oba MPP amonyoku no ma on the communication director edema MPP amonyoku no na wodi nsema hodo bebre no a na wodi atudwa ya sese no wodi dwumadie bi aba oman television so a watu ne din say unboxing the lives of the new National Democratic Congress na che se ensem hodo a NDC amonyoku no dia beto montere so a eye atro ane ahuhara asem no wo pani so wagibre na wakyerkyerem ya nipa mpempem no a na wonom ani edi Dennis Aboagye miracle ne dwumade ya wodi Exp0sez ensem wa ya na wo biebie so no wo bie Ghana fo ani wo niema bi a MPP amonyoku ana se Ghana mampani na adanko akofo ado ne pramutuani Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia wonom adwo de aboa oman yi a na so propaganda ti emma Ghana for entimi hunu saa ne ma papa no enti wagibre na wakyerkyerem ne wapapa mema meka sa ngo bebre no abra yebekọ na yakotie Dennis Miracle Aboagye wo bra wo kyerkyerem se Free Senior High School ye nyina yebekae wo mayem na hyebedwafie ebra NDC amonyoku mu na hyebedwafo wonum nyina study free ho kyerese na enye feasible wo Free Senior High School na Ghana man pani pese wo de ba ebra yeto abade yi no a monamono no NDC focus said there be enye adwuma efrese wo hwe o meye pa ye ho ye huan ho asenim ye ni sika na edi na ban betem sika de NDC se de ko wura Free Senior High School enti sanete de o mo twɛn ma o mayi me boss e to ma mpene o mo ye advert bebre na o TV so a na o mo ye advert fa aho kyeda de bebre ye o man Ghana aho ye hia nkwara ne bekom enema bebre no negativity kyese boni na e wo ho no de NDC amonyoku no for so ya ye advert bebre kyerɛ sɛ Ghana for mo hwɛ sa wo hawa e bekom nti mamonto ma MPP amonyoku na so Ghana mampani ka sɛ da bi da wo beyo na enei de NDC for kyerɛ sɛ wonom ene de sa Free Senior High School policy no e baaye na Dennis enya adagye wasiesie wonom wadress NDC for pepepepe e de wonom wasi wonom akonwa wo moto e fata so na yenko tie Dennis Miracle Aboagye e bra woje bre na wode nsem nkyerɛkyerɛ mu nyina bae kai sɛ higher Rajab Media GH bra na ne da edi kan ho yɛ dwumadi so obe subscribe na obeka abusua yenko tie Dennis nsem kakra
ese dia otata wonda ya so da aha butaye ba kope ene wo ene se aka ɛnna kakra bi ne yɛkɔto aba December 7th. Yɛdeɛ ne sɛ Ghana ni bia ɔkɔto aba on 7 December 2024 no. Ɛsɛ onya nyina so a wɔde bɛto aba ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Empo sɛ ne bɛyɛ a nkɔto aba na wonka sɛ me kɔto no na me dwen sɛ sei. Enti na yɛde ne next chapter show aba. Aha, yɛkyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu ebiebie nsɛm ani no krenko a na yɛka wɔ ha yɛntwantro yɛkyi propaganda yɛkyi atemdidie yɛkyi kasa yɛkasa etia mpanimfoɔ ekyi kasa yɛka etwi dipa deɛ wɔ mu nko a na yɛka ɛwɔ the next chapter show. Last week yɛba bɛdi nkɔmmɔ kakra ɛfa ɔmampanin dada John Dramani Mahama esu ne ban bi a nansi wakwakofa ne dia ne sɛ esa ne nsɛm bi ɔka na nano sɛ abatoɔ emre bedu a ɔno deɛ entro kakra no de afem no de no kre kakra batare ho nti wayɛ na dwe sɛ de bi ɔbɛka sɛ na be obetumi nya Ghana fo ato aba ama no no ɔbɛyɛ nti wama entro ne nkontompo ne nada no adroso. The first 7 episodes of the next chapter show, there are sectors bebree, yaka education, yaka health onsem, yaka railways, yaka aviation, yaka maritime, yaka industrialization. Yabobo a lot of sectors so. But last week there, it's sun in some beer or mampenda that John Dramani Mahama any in some trophy share or kaya. Na among mining now beer yem ashem say eba ne se no penny to be dia kukudro ka asem bi sei go asem bi wo ho a boni be say it's so obvious eda ho pefe obi etumi hu it is a umia woni na o ka chia ne sana na obi awonwa, and that's exactly what happened with the engagement on ne insensorfo ehia no enti na ho be hia say omanfo frɛ na miracles asem ya papa yi kan de enti na ese be chechim enti last week to ye boase ebiebie nsemu epesempensem nsem eyi nsem ani ama Ghana fo nyina be hu sɛ paa sɛ ɔmampenda da John Dramani Mahama tumi de nsase ne bo ɛka sɛ ɔno ɛna de free SHS by de alabraka aba asɛm bi wɔ hɔ a woka no ma oyema hyew kakra ba ne yema hye no ɔda kokoduro ɛna kan but nyame ɛncha de sɛ de bia mesi ɛka no ɛnɛyi internet adaroma sempo ye wo na wonte asɛm ne si ye na wonte asempo a isa na internet nti obi etumi kan obi etumi tie obi etumi hu. Last week ye pensem ne amemu biebie ne amani ama obi ehu se entro ne nkontompo na papa no yeden oka no na nado danko ekufado ene MPP adaroma enene ohie ni ba ene osike ni ba etumi nya school dan mu etena ya settle sa debate no settled matter for gone matter free senior high school a pure policy idea da so ne bibia na nado danko ekufado ena de bae ena ono ankasa ba 2017 obehya ase a oyeye ohya ase no in fact all kada so no NDC for no bampeni Mahama ka say enya de ombetumi aye in fact minister no kra ka say ade we anka ebetu aye anka nkroma ba ye nkoyeye o se nka de we da fam a nka Soviet Union e wo Russia for ne ade nkomo yeye omkro muntumi ye ba ne say na Ghana ba be General Secretary of the NDC ne ka che say all lie be lie policy omampeni Mahama ne mpenimfo nyina etu ho mpe cassette ya basa ebi mu say scam ebi mu say political gimmick. In fact ebi mu kra say it doesn't make sense one bit. Yedi ade ne ba wie kra no omo ankomo na ntum omo say no poto e mo kan aka say nkola na omo ko school no mo ye beneficiaries nimpo e mode bo omo abo omo nso hwemu no e ye omo kasa omo ho de no mo wie aye na free SHS na mo kwa mo mutum wie a adesua mu ensem esa no egu omo nim ase poto enei papa yi say ntumi nya kokuduro be gira Ghana fo nim ka chem say ade na ono kuti aye ade na 2016 ogira campaign platform so kan so no so 2 billion on fan share free SHS mu ade na ogira campaign platforms in 2016 kan say ono on implement free senior high school on the whimsical promises of a desperate politician say na do no de wenya na de bi e no petu minti okeka nsem bi no de on di echi free senior high school ma no ene otimbeje edim ka che say ono the free SHS by simply because we dey ka towards a Ghana you were refie you was short memory and we dey ka so say abato mbre so a or the truck akra dey efrem ya mencha de utwa ntwa yenyina yebetumi akan nti yebechewo last week Thursday yeche no ene kwesi edan so yeche no nanse ne yebeka ene kwesi edan ho nsem ene ntwa wetwa ne de yeche no in fact ye fantu yetim say on centrofo share no utwa ntwa mako 13 ntwa mako edu emiensa so fa mu ba ko pe ne aka ene yebehwe se yebetumi aka miensa bia ye de aka ho na nse nkakra be yi de say pills tot ne aka ho nsem ewiase mu bibia ni we ya se penin ede ndada ebenyawo na wafa ote se akyekede ntro bi obeka bia no santro ne yen ye ba be kyekye mu enkankan enuanom Gen-Z fo na omampeni Mahama ewa abamu ni eni ho ntina ne se ye de obetumi aka de bibia opebi a kyeye no show we ye de ye de show we ede nka ye beba ni so ne ban ne de oye bia no ye be kai na ye de atoto ne ahwe se we suban ye oda ne de emre onya kwan be ye omampeni no den de kyerese se ye ma ne kwan na obedi ye ne mu bi mu a obetumi aye bibia ye den Aboagye ehu hia se ebedi sankomo no ye ntumi ndia ne saa se oh monto aba mame as Mahama because MPP focus on be 10 no my 8 debi wo be ye omampeni no den na wo ye enye obia ne kai ene ye nyina so na wo ye omampeni na ye do 18 ni 22 for some of us tama na ye omampeni na ye 9 years tama na ye omampeni du mu ye 10 years afi no medi 18 ni 21 ni 22 ehu be hia se ye bobo wa power no mo so mo di omani ehu bi no mo di omaso ati bi se de be ya omo sese no mo career omo hu se ne a osu ene wo ban etie na so beto aba ma wa na ye no anadwen na wagye atum so beto ma o twetia won so a na o ye convince wo unya ho akonya no wentumi andi dwumadi anto na o twetia mo me hwe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dia dwumadi a odi in the past few days wa shase oba pro across the country over the 5 northern regions or your northeast region a we wi na me no kase waba northern region a oguso a oba pro na wako constituencies bebre wako Bumpurugu, wako Bushegu, wako Karaga, wako Wolensi, several constituencies in wako so far. But I have videos in kakre ebi keke. Na yensa mrambe to edem komodie no so. Sedia Bushegu fo abo apeso Asia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ewo omo constituency na akono na efe ene no obi nkyere akola nyame nti obi nsore na ombeka enkyere yense yenyese ne edi ekire yenyina ye de yeni ehwe yenyina ye de yaso etie yenyina ekodi ho adanse yese na be yase ye koto ya ba yeni bebia ye to aba na ye den afa nti wohwe nipa dompa a aboehia a omone Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edin sa woso across you say the enthusiasm is high ahokeka no woso ahode no woso and simply because people believe strongly say empempeso of man yedu no your difficulties and challenges but the future of this country is at stake and we must make sure that we protect the future of the country by simply making sure that we vote for a leader or bold solutions for our future. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia di kan ka say Ghana phone call la en kan no munye school nkwada na dan kwaku foda be bie kwan amamo no mutumi koi so ba be yo mampani a obe make sure say free senior high school no be hye mukena akole bie ni ho a whether we ye dwan yo we ye tintin yo we ye tietie wo fe tifi wo fi atoyo wo betua school fees free senior high school no ono obebo ho bai na niema aka esese ye na emu ye den na gina prekope no wahwe na waye na ne kase kra ne say we free senior high school na nka obekọ university na eno so ahokye aba no kai say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edika de hu solution abadada say we hia ni ba na dan kwaku ford Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia daworma wanya kwan akọ free senior high school ewia na wo kọ university na wo niska mane how fa Ghana card na kọ student loan trust na kọ apply for student loan na fa kọ school simple as that tietia empo uwie university no na ebia wenye dwuma bia esese wo ye won kan enso nka bia wo fie kire ana ese wo ye Kumase ba bia wo fi no eni Kumase kwan wa ana se bia ese wo koye adwuma no wo unni akade a wo de bekọ enti sikasema ye dia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the rent assistance scheme aba say the young person who needs help to be able to rent so that he can start life no ko aban wona kwaje busia no na fa ko rent ne tua ne kakran o de no so ba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any informal sector na non formal sector babafo hairdressers dressmakers no mo dinkita wo de say ese si yetumi mpɛ kwan na munya sika ɛhyɛ mo adwuma mu ɛso ɛyɛ non formal a ɛna ɛdin nti no ɔbɛboa na non formal sector barbers hairdressers ya waboa mo na ma formalize mo sector no mo so mo register mo business na nka say ma register me business na we make sure say wo business now here no we benya access to credit, and that's the kind of conversation our year campaign or catch a friend say Ghana for. And like I said, all the 5 northern regions in koma oni omudi no e bi hu sem na me catch no ye beba ene nkomodie no so I think that it's very important say bibia yedru no ye gina ye begia to say ye kwa koto aba ye koto aba ma pani a odi no kre na odi no kre di edi ne mukai very important. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nam the 5 northern regions are all year campaign on constituency edin komo Asia on the farmers Asia on the market women Asia or your community meeting ebina muhwe on the community no Asia edin komo on the asofo din komo on the nurse for din komo on the school for edin komo or chiromo ade a oba abemu beta na nadodan kwekufu adoechi asomampani abedeche wetumi aye owia na wache niema oba obesa nso ede abeka ho one omomoye mining edin komo amamati asese o the minerals development bank ebeba na sa minerals development bank no etumi aboa omomoye small scale mining no na omotumi enya sika on be ye omom concession mu adwuma na omotu gold no wo manyimu a ye de cedis ato na de abaki en currency no se na be ya ebema ye currency sika no emu aiden aye true okwa nyina bibi obedu bia on businessmen issue on traders issue okacho mo say me gidi say bibi aye dru no ene bibi aye tumi digitize ye economy abebedu emra so say ye best sakra ye tax regime ni mu kakra enti spare parts importers washo mo bo say oba obema flat rate tax efene say duty at the port aba omo kra ne mafia boche nyina wakacho mo say oba bete duties na wo port ne so no aba fam na ni Togo de no aba bedum pempe so anampo akofem asen Togo de no se na be ya port no be ya kona kakra ene obetumi aye because of all the foundation I have built en kane no na nipa dodo etwa taxes wo mayimu so nti ukasa okote so because he is Canada achechiro o man no ene enam Ghana card digital driver ya yenti atre mama nipa dodo a omutua taxes na draw so nti he can afford to reduce the tax burden on the people because a lot more people are now going to contribute to it. Ashebo say emrantie 1 million na obeboa na training in youth FNSA IT and digital related programs. Sene be ya ombenye adwuma aye intentem so. On the musicians, any producers, any creative arts for them come say ekwan bia so e say to be pay tax incentives momo na ne dodo okra no ye make sure say e benya streaming platform Apple ne boom play ne de keka yesu benya ye de wo man yimu ne tumi de build ye creative art dodo na we de hu komo a oguso a oye den o di no owie 5 northern regions na obesane na fede every region every constituency. The idea is that baby awo bia no expect say we be hu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enim e wo constituency ansa abato na ye den edu onda anopa ewia enwumre na oguso a on the Ghana for H0t nkomo esane say ogidi say abato ho wonsunsunso e na ogidi say nipa bia nso beto aba e say onya nyina so a ode be den ode beto aba. Back from the tour, back from the campaign related issues. Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama any media for share e kodi nkomo to adwen say ode na adwen kire ni na adwen mpo ene mo bedi nkomo nti e de enim se nka okoye nko be kire se o me ba ye be ye omampeni no me yesi me ba me senso ye A B C de na media to so waye ne sa do ye mo ne se entro enkontompo any project a ye nwia nko a eno kokoye ye de ka education de no Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama ehwe Ghana fo nyina anim ehwe camera mu etena media fo nyina anim ka che say ono na ban ene de national health insurance ebaye ono ene ma Ghana ye health insurance ye we eye national health insurance Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama etumi bie na no ekasa on the next chapter yendi atem yen kasa ntia pani yen kasa ntwi bebi asem no da no ene ye de to ye behwem na ye bisa se anya bia asem no ka che media for no eye nokre ana ye nokre mese mo mombo video ne ma metiawa na yembra issues na so dia Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama e ka che media for no enie.
Even the NHIS, NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go.
Enti se ene utifie na utse former President Mahama so ono na ban ene ma Ghana health insurance national we mbehye wo. And the normal circumstance we nkran ya asemanka ye be chechim ko bia ti wo Ghana ha bia nim se Omampeni Dada President Kufuor ni MPP aban ene the national health insurance buy baby so for Mr. Mu after the year 2003 I share national health insurance ase e wo my way mu no na ye nuanum bia dey omba beto aba in 2024 ne bi nkro ho afi ne ba be omedi 2 years e bi nkro afi ne omedi 3 years e bi nkro ho na ye wo mo ye inti wa hwe a no ohwe Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama program yi binti wa GHTV se ampa NDC aban and a man national health insurance here national, and that is why we have to explain. That's why I keep saying say Gen Z for intia na mebrew Gen Z for intia say ye Gen Z for na and can some ni nyina de omo maka ni nyina obi anim but Gen Z for nti ese chechire mu na omo so omo nya abakosem no omo tibi na de ma Gen Z for nkomo ne ye de ne say omo no wo chiacha asem no mu wi a omo nyina ekura afidie bi omo atumi kohwe etwe se de awoka no eye no kra na ye no kra but esa wo twe omo adwe koso na emo mani ye den edi eche ansa na meba Omampeni Dada nsemo kan ye ne no kra ewom ne no kra enim kra no. You see there's a certain contradiction bi ewo papa ne mu a oka nkofo se mo nka last week mo kai say ye bo ne nsemo ka fa free SHS wu nyina obaye no no ansa be kasa de no kasa ti ye no ono anso no side ye den or the buyer. Answer na meko ha no. Let's establish the fact. NDC never introduced NHIS and they never made NHIS national. Omampeni Dada John Ajekum Kufuor in the national health insurance eba on my way mu. Ono ne etete national health insurance bedum pempeso a edui. NDC for ba be mu no. Omo amfa ade sonku bia meka national health insurance on except the legal framework Omampeni Kufuor shase when we 2009 ofia bemu. That is all. NDC added nothing new to the national health insurance that was in existence before they came to power. That's a must say NDC na the national health insurance buyer. Yembisa Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama 2016 say why and the national health insurance about my way mu. Mesemo mumbisa Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama parliament mami no kasa 2016 yenti do kan say why and the national health insurance buyer muntie no.
President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under H0t initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. Initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under H0t initiative achieve significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills.
Ebusafo, mention say cry you. But you see the contradiction. Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama, wa na ujina parliament 2016. Wa wodi mwasam na mibo you. We put the mambo audio no waka say my doctor who video. In fact, Gen Z's, on YouTube, you can go and check, watch for yourself. You can watch the entire 2016 State of the Nation's address. Or say, Omampeni President Kufuor at the social intervention policies bit to say livelihood empowerment program. Any implementation of the national health insurance, ebaye. And he passed it on to Professor Mills. How can you say that Professor Mills and the NDC are the ones who made the health insurance national, when you yourself had already told Parliament in 2016 that the national health insurance was implemented by President Kufuor? How? How? What kind of contradiction is this? How is one person able to treat a whole country like this? Unkwao. O pesa ode nada ekata on my money nyinani. Mesiamo, mo say mbodi o catch media for nansi ya no play it again. Obo wie pe member ha bi obo wie a say mbodi o ka 2016 na ehwe contradiction no. But media engagement video ni biom.
NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's national health insurance scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills.
At this point, what see videos we know? Mr. Mo, mami 1 hour pe na to boase. Yenti in some way ni encheche mu ye. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama edika catch Ghana man nyina in the year 2016 when Parliament say Omampeni Kufuor implemented national health insurance scheme and passed it on to Ngaban. 2024 Omampeni Kufuor da so ho. Mpenifo ye nyina ebi nkro Parliament omo da so ho. O say be catch and say what Omampeni Kufuor did was not national health insurance. It was district mutual health insurance scheme. Now, NDC are buying a money and national, what we have today. Answer na meka sakano. It's a lie. It's an outright lie. Ayentro. Dio kanu ye unkontumpo. Omampeni Kufuor health insurance ye won in its current form ni nature pepepe. Ono de buy. NDC omanfa bibia amba. Omanfa bibia anso anka ho. Osanso kan say omo buy no mo pilot say district mutual health insurance scheme. Ewa Damongo and Nkranza. That is what he said. In fact, I say, sa pilot no krano, it was way before Omampeni Kufuor. Into NDC first under Rollins, according to him, Omo implemented district mutual health insurance scheme. Ewa Nkranza and Damongo. And Omampeni Kufuor be converted into district whatever. And almost be the national. And also intro. And ya no kre ketwa si kra enim. Me asema meaning in asono. Me nka ho asem. Menyaka so utwantro. Follow me on this journey. I'm improving sure say when dino creba could say a man central for no. I district mutual health insurance schemes are ne wo ho and sana aban Omampeni Kufuor eba beye your friend is saying health insurance na Ukraine CCR. In fact, between 1992 to 1995, na the only way I were in existence is the effect of community health insurance schemes. No. And yet even Abina introduce a pure private health insurance schemes. Private entities and a form a community health insurance scheme say yemfamboa communities no nti na bi wo ho okwawuman nkoko West Gonja Damongo de na oka wansem no in Kranza District Hospital Butcher Health Insurance Scheme were all formed by Catholic Church. In fact, Damongo in Kranza de no krade international partners ebe support your mom set it up. For the record, in Kranza Community Health Insurance Scheme, did you know? Any Damongo Community Health Insurance Scheme, and ya buying in a yes, our health insurance schemes, no. A Catholic Church, any community, no, and our yes, our health insurance scheme, no. It had nothing to do with government. Government had no hand in it. Mr. Mo, all my Gen Zs watching this evening, foul phone, nako Google, nabo in Kranza District Mutual Health Insurance, nafa USAID kaho. Ebema everything you need on the Nkranza scheme now on Mampinin Dada John Dramani Mahama kan ho asem no. Ubehu a lot of links. Wo de me ha the first link ebeba no an external evaluation of the Nkranza community finance scheme. This our first link no. Ubia ebema report we technical report number 50 an external evaluation of Nkranza community financing health insurance scheme Ghana March 2000 prepared by Chris Atim PhD Magweni Stock MA consultant, we know United States aid institution and a commission sir a friend say evaluation report. Listen to the background to the Nkranza Community Health Insurance Scheme. Scheme now on Mampenda that John Dramani Mahama say a buying pilot you know. Listen, following the introduction of the cash and carry systems in Ghana's health sector in the late 1980s. Many patients began to have difficulty with paying for their health care. As a result, many did not go to the hospital until it was too late or their illness had advanced to a more complicated phase. Others who were admitted and treated subsequently absconded without paying for their treatment. Many individuals quite simply could not afford to pay for their care. The population therefore had reduced access to hospital services, and in turn, this had negative impact on the financial performance of hospitals, such as St. Teresa's Hospital in Nkranza. The idea of starting a health insurance scheme was raised at a meeting of Catholic Church Hospital administrators in Sunyani in 1989. The idea itself was inspired by the example of Bwamanda Hospital Health Insurance Scheme in the former Zaire. Approvals of the pilot project in St. Teresa's Hospital and Nkranza were obtained in 1990-1991 under the leadership of Dr. Eneke Bosman, the then administrator of the District Medical Officer of Health in charge of Nkranza. The Nkranza Community Financing Health Insurance Scheme was launched formally in 1992 with a funding pledge from MEMISA, a Dutch Christian non-governmental organization, which promised to meet any expenditure shortfalls run by the scheme in its first 3 years of operation. Ebusiafo. This is the background of Nkranza Community Health Insurance Scheme. It is a mampeni be catcher will say, or no, not buying and a cofa Nkranza Community Health Care Scheme by as a pilot. It's a lie, it's an outright lie. No Caribbean with control. Organizational chart of the Nkranza Community Health Financing Scheme in the Bishop of Sunyani in that top. Sunyani Bishop, Catholic Church Bishop in that top. And a district health office, no, Ebua Omo to administer the scheme. There's an executive secretary, there's a diocesan coordinator, insurance management team, insurance advisory board, and a contracted field workers, purely privately managed, purely community based, purely owned and managed by the people. The scheme charges an annual flat fee or premium per head, irrespective of age or sex. This premium must be paid during the single registration period, lasting 2 months from December to January every year. The evolution of this fee or premium since the beginning of the scheme is as shown on this table. 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. When the Sika community say, we are part of the community health insurance, Catholic Church and set it up. MEMISA international NGO no e contribute here. Na afini mu no mu bia na wako register. Na so nu ebusua ahwe. Can you imagine say community akom ho abom na omo a eyi omo mbotom ntoboa e de hwe omo ho na years later omampani bi abase ade na community na akom nsase etwetwe musika abram bojeni aye no ono ne kofa ba ya. How does it make you feel when it is quite obvious here that this scheme was purely set up by the people? In fact, I say the idea of starting a health insurance scheme was raised at a meeting at the Catholic Church Hospital. It's owned by the Catholic Church, run by the Catholic Church, and the community had nothing to do with government at the time. In Nkranza scheme achievement, me kaya debi wa hamamu. I say the Nkranza Community Health Scheme enjoyed a subsidy from the Dutch non-governmental organization MEMISA for the first 3 years of its operation. After 8 years, however, it is surviving essentially on its own resources, which is itself also a remarkable achievement worth celebrating. Moreover, by its mere survival, it has proved skeptics wrong and has become an example to all other communities wishing to begin similar initiatives. Aden. But to also say, as some people, including members of the traditional council, noted, the scheme has made Nkranza famous and has excited a lot of interest, both nationally and beyond. Being a pioneer at a time when others were skeptical or less foresighted, and now being vindicated in the sense that even the Ministry of Health has finally abandoned its plans for a state-run national health insurance scheme and come out for community-based schemes like Nkranza is a major success. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. How do you stand in front of the media? Now what catch you say, "Wo, and Nkranza community health insurance scheme wa. And one back some da ho bi ehun no, wona akofa bae. Why? Adia nananoma hemfo. Edge ebo mo ho samrane say ama Nkranza man din akosoro amoma gidi because oma yade obi anye bi da amom mukro no so ni ma peja omo say other communities should learn no what jiafa say eye wo dia how and it makes it very, very difficult for us as a people to understand some of these things. And I'm glad to say you were back on some wo you were a friend saying in some nankasa wo you were books wo and put one betumpa never be bro how bit with the dear dance here. Let us put it on record. It is never true that the National Health Insurance Scheme was piloted by the NDC in Nkranza and Daimongo as a community. It is not true. They didn't do it. A Catholic church and a money community in the boom and an international NGO be a friend of MEMISA and you kabo no ye. In fact, at some point, not Nkranza mine, the pioneer of community health insurance scheme in this country. I will be Aboagye omoso. The same for Damongo. Mr. Go to Google and just enter. Screen so assessment of the sustainability of West Gonja Hospital Health Insurance Scheme in the West Gonja District, Damongo, Ghana. Medical care after independence was free for Ghanaians until 1980s, when the Ministry of Health could no longer afford to provide such free services. As a result of the removal of subsidies, user fee was introduced to recover costs based on the advocacy of the WHO, the World Bank, and the international agencies. The West Gonja Hospital, located in Damongo in the northern region, a facility of the Catholic Church, also faced the problem of increasing a cost in providing health services to the people. In 1995, the hospital management initiated a community health insurance scheme as an alternative means of financing services. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Damongo Community Health Insurance Scheme. Nothing to do with government. It was a Catholic church, just as they did for Nkranza, they did same for Damongo. On Mampeninda da John Dramani Mahama, Ejina media for him, Eshe Kamaremu, said Damongo and Nkranza, Omo, and a pilot community health insurance scheme. That is false. That's a lie. These schemes were set up by the communities. They were set up by the communities. They were set up by the Catholic people. And it is not from the people. It is not from government. Ebia, one cheche mubia, no what to boss no cheche. But Osha kukudra or the kasa yes or no. Now it was piloted, the Nkranza scheme, the Damongo scheme. Now so sika na what ton boss or kind of boko no. Uje ja ho abegine. But this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. And when no eyeni da ho ade a wahye da yi nani say or count because first of all oje president Kufuor enu onyam around national health insurance oje afa te say ne o person oje na free SHS no oje health insurance no so afa because in Kranza ho na yere efi into to me nka say onim no kre no but like ono aka ono say abato mbraso nti ntro kakra no their frame but ntro no emfa utrantra would arrest it. For the record, it is a lie, it is false. The NDC, as a friend is that John Dramani Mahama saying, they do not have anything to do with the Nkranza health insurance scheme and then the Damongo health insurance. It's a purely community-based health scheme initiated by the Catholic Church. In fact, yaba bemu in the year 2001. Na sa community health insurance schemes here Nkranza and Damongo aye abeye a friend is saying model ama other communities in it. Not several communities in Suyebi. Until there were so many communities and so on started community health insurance schemes. 47 of them were in existence. Like I showed earlier, they were all there to, help their community. They were there to help their community come up with, your friend is saying, health financing alternatives. But you don't just come and own it and take it when you had nothing to do with it. That becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. The about 47, no man penny could say, a dear communities ye de, a dear power. Now, how do we ensure, say, Ghana Nibia, Esubetubina, a dear home fast war? Niasha Ghana phone in April. Remember, NDC 4 years and a coffee cash and carry by you. Until NDC in the late 80s, health was free. One the cover health insurance, a friend say cash and carry by. So they introduced cash and carry. Uniska, that's a sebe car ball near Dudu Hospital. Near Tutu bottom, near Huska Botoma. Ube. Cash and carry was so bad in this country and it was introduced by the NDC. No man Peniko Foka said no, we have to do something about it. So we introduced a friend is a national health insurance scheme. Ye can see the national health insurance scheme eba and tokwa pa. John Mahama is Excellency near NDC. Any MPP abayin koye and ye binye. National health insurance scheme has been launched. Afe ye launch e ade ewie. Omo ne ye kontokwa omo kasa. That time no your friend is saying or a member of parliament ote parliament so oboa ne support no okuti aye just like all NDC people. But of course in 2007 abayin in 2003 abayin e passe national health insurance embra set up district mutual health insurance schemes in 145 districts across the country. Into districts be our health insurance. That is how national health insurance actually started. District be into district in mono. Say me mikro me Equiapem North district mutual health insurance scheme. Me want me card. Into say me area. Me to me ako tetekwashi. Me to me ako dache clinic. Me to me ako latte clinic near there. E what district dim. District be also e what no one board. About a 50-member board or manage a friend is saying health insurance world district in and about 7 staff are almost running the day-to-day affairs. So that is how it was set up. Into a buying based on a Mampenuko for model of the buy into a buying GHTV mobilizing resources. Now based on what district or membership or no, a buyer mauska. Now we scan now one manage and making sure say omo yare or more cost person near the other be sure money between and draw can near there. But you do 2007. Mampeniko who say district mutual health insurance schemes, they are becoming corrupt. Processes, bebre, baby or nipa 200, also nipa 300. Say they are buying best selling this kind of more. O my basa. In fact, oko me fan say Tamale district mutual health insurance scheme consulting fee. Ebi wa me fan say 20 cedi. Ba unye free tamale eko wale pe consulting fee be a 50-70 cedis. So na esrobwe baby a district be a charges no musipe and a district be a charging drones so musipe. It was affecting even the efficiency of the health insurance scheme na abayin person omo ye no. In the year 2007 Omampeni Kufuor shall say or consolidating all car health insurance district mutual health insurance schemes in United abom Into the year first and say ogu governing boards of all the 145 district mutual health insurance scheme. You know, can in boom. You know, you know one national health insurance scheme. O dissolve all the boards. You know, can in boom and in a one national health insurance scheme. And now or issue national health insurance scheme card back into Kayo. Or share health insurance in 2003. No, not district be a issue card what they call hospital or district in Mupe. In the year 2007, no, Ubia Bekai say, or Mampeniko for dissolve all the governing boards of the 145 district mutual health insurance scheme. And now, Ocha district health insurance card is in the and now, Okani in our boom, national health insurance. And now, or issue card back as a national health insurance card. Anybody that was alive between the year 2007 and now knows about this. But for the sake of the Gen Zs until the new year, Gen Zs, please go online and go and read. This is there as a matter of fact. And what the National Health Insurance card did was that I fed the sa card now district in the mountain, the hospital or district in the moon, and Tisabium, Ghana ya canina boom, and the Yama card back home. Into baby, I will be our man, you will be and found district our and found baby out what the sa card no, it to be called hospital. This was done in the year 2007. The other thing I'm going to for you say, or standardizing in drone war prices, any consulting, any maternal, BBA, or hospital biano. Say, Oko, Equayo Damungwa, Sika Bejo as consulting fee, no, and Noa, and our Besenko, Karaga Bejo, and one our Besenko, Sojama Bejo, or Yenesape Pepe, the same card announced on our ya, or the Kobia, Esau. Inti o introduce o mani nyina ye uniform ino kan nyina bomu ina be ye one national health insurance scheme say na be ye na corruption any inefficiencies any management challenges what district mutual health insurance scheme no obey ni nyina efi ho ino set up regional offices making sure say each of the regions will be there to supervise and coordinate what is happening at the regional office setting up the national office to make sure say every region also has the proper supervision that is needed. Like I said, we develop a uniform medicine list. In drone, or managing a uniform, making sure say quality assurance is solid, or making sure say processing of claims from the district schemes, were done in Accra. It is a hospital or district nimu. Na say hospital no show we na obeji disika obeba nkran na your processes These were systems that were needed to move the 145 district schemes into a uniform national health insurance scheme. Sanyama we nyina Omampeni Kufuor eyeye. So by the time Omampeni Kufuor was leaving government in the year 2008, Ghana had a national health insurance scheme with one national health insurance card that gives you access to healthcare anywhere in the country, no matter the district awufrim and the district awuje card. This is a matter of fact. Samose meboa, momeyentie dia Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama eka wo parliament. Why in the implementing national health insurance scheme? Please play that video for me.
President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under H0t initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under H0t initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Ivansata Mills. President Kufuor continued the economic.
Inti onwangasa Akato was say Omampeni Kufuor implemented the national health insurance scheme. Inti how do you come back years later and come and say Omampeni Kufuor didn't implement it? Na mona mo year national. Why? I don't know, yes sir. Former President Mahama. I don't know, yes sir. Why now our parliament 2016. Somebody now wo your Omampeni you. One catch Ghana for you say Omampeni Kufuor implementing national health insurance scheme. I don't know Uber back 8 years later. Ebeka say wo and away and national. Until 2016, now we try and 2016 and now we try and 2024. Why do you do that? Fast forward, Omampeni Kufuor National Health Insurance set up a National Health Insurance Fund. I know ensure say ye contribute ye contribute 2.5% levy. Now they are contributing towards the National Health Insurance. Making sure say 2.5% of social security na every month be also called towards the National Health Insurance Fund. And now say National Health Insurance Fund no the year investment near there and who emphasis ba be ka ho na etumi aboa den no so etumi ahwe we e friend say aboa na dey ahwe Ghana for na wohwe sa niema makike ni niema media cheche nyina. How does the NDC even attempt to even steal the National Health Insurance policy? After all the things they did, how are they able to be confident enough? But I'm not surprised. Because I'm seeing the free HSE, so I'm not surprised that he will come back years later to try and claim something that he fought against. It's sad, it's pathetic, and it's something that for me, I don't understand. On my penny for years, she sharing the National Health Insurance scheme near the no. Now who be here say Embrana or year 2003 Act 650 no or best sakra mukakra to accommodate all the reforms and changes are or the abano. And I to abana 2008 ufia bemu inti abanfo from buy in 2009 into 2012 and abano a year amendment to the law to ensure say all the reforms of Mampenuko for the abano will come to play, which was the passage of Act 852 in 2012. Inti say if it is the law that was passed in 2012 at 852 ninti and Mampenda that John Romani Mahama kase omo national health insurance here national there, then it's sad. If an amendment of a law can become and can make you the initiator and implementer of a certain policy there, then I wonder how many of Nkrumah's policies are still in existence. And I wonder how many of Rawlings's policies are still in existence. Because each of those policies, including his own policies, have seen laws changed and improved and amended for those policies. Should we go and claim them as well? What is this? What is this? Don't try and steal. You've stolen Professor Mills's policies. You've stolen Professor Mills's initiatives. It's fine. But please, leave our dear President Kufuor alone. Don't come close to his policies and his programs. And the AMA will never allow that to happen. We, a National Health, Republic of Ghana, National Health Insurance Scheme membership card issued on 22nd November 2008. Gentlemen, you won 13th September 2008. And you won. And you man National Health Insurance card 22nd November 2008. This is the card, and this is the National Health Insurance membership card. And see, say nipa ne be catch say oye no National Health Insurance in the year 2012. Now you are looking at and a lot of people at home have the National Health Insurance card from 2008 up to now. A lot of people have it. How do you even get the confidence to even come and say such a lie when you know that it can easily be verified? So here you are with the National Health Insurance card in 2008. So at what point are you able to stand in front of the people of Ghana and say, "Oh no, the National Health Insurance, buy"? Wabra na ye ba be National Health Insurance no. The same thing omodi e free HSE and omo claim free HSE. Sa pepepe na omodi e National Health Insurance. Let me take you on a quick journey. Minority boycott proceedings on health insurance scheme. They never supported National Health Insurance scheme. Omo say enya the papa, omo say enya possible. Omo say entro nti enya de ombe support it. NDC accuses government of deceiving Ghanaians on National Health Insurance. That's what they are saying. The party said government was in a haste to pass the bill because of pressure from the IMF to fulfill the agreement it has reached with the fund to include 5% increase in VAT. Now, say pressure. Is there anything wrong in bringing a health insurance scheme to take care of the people? When more and I'm de cash and carry bar my way. Until when this de cash and carry bar na Ghana ha, you call hospitals free dada. Omo no introduce cash and carry. Now Omampeni Kufuor ba na obe ye free wa. You fought it. Now omo fighting health insurance ni nyina na finally Omampeni Kufuor de ne den ne akukudro pass health insurance no. Between 2003 bepem 2008 after say just as an free SHS abeye friend is saying hero obi budget no sana health insurance be in 2003 after don't say ye dear way and share be problem am because in 2008 everybody was hailing President Kufuor on the National Health Insurance scheme obi budget so e ho no say and ade no cry so yepe ye ba ye kra de president kofo health insurance na ode ba na ye kutia no men wo no kwa hu ye ba ye be no one time premium ye be make sure say utua premium ba ko pa wa bra bo nyina akopem ta be huntua hwe NDC to introduce once for life insurance premium NHIS one time premium to commence now omo master promise we no e be Ghana for the one empa de pa say health insurance no afibia me kwa renewal MPP na ba ye de but NDC say omo de omo ba omo ma ye ne ba ko pe metua renewal ba ko pa me ntua biem kopem ta mewu na omo de dada Ghana for ade na omo kutia ye no ade na omo say ya de papa no ade na omo say ye ntumi ye no omo hu say ehun sonso be affect omo abato pe na omo sesa omo ntoma no na omo sesa omo nwom no na omo nam o ade no krepe omo na omo de ade ba omo hu ye. I don't know whether you are seeing the pattern. This is the same plot, the same scripts in omo free SHS. Omo na omo de ade ne ba no omo hu ye. Ne mo ye na ade ne ba no ya kuti aye no ye kasati aye na ye say in fact ye bo court proceedings nimpo e wo parliament no ye montoma ye ba ye be ni ye be make sure say wo kra renew na wo be jai utua one time pa untua biem and Ghanaians were happy. Then omo ba mu 2009 one time mama 2012 one time in my 2010 one time in my na Ghana for say number one time premium na promise you know what's happening we want to say that never omo say don't worry NHIS one time premium to commence kwabrado for no promise here. Then in the year 2008 you know, this is what they said to actually deceive the people, to allow for a one time premium payment for registration with the NHIS scheme, to allow for a one time premium payment until they actually put that one time premium promise in their manifesto. This is the NDC's 2008 manifesto. Almost the one time premium a manifesto nim ebusiafo they were in government from 2009 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. Why didn't they bring the one time health insurance premium? That promise they made in the manifesto. And no say and then people focus on base omo ntimi tutu omo no na de na wo se wo ba obe ade na wo ye ne sisia ade na wo ye ne sisia wo aba mu nti ye ne sisia one time premium amodo by 8 years won to be and them say abakra say ento abamamo. And they only made this promise not because they believed in it, because they never believed in it, and they knew that the thing now can feasible. But that was a time when they realized that Ghanaians were happy about health insurance, and so they also had to ride on that and get the votes from the people. We are also going to introduce. I didn't cry now. Yeah, could your moment here. Yeah, by begging ye until the one time premium, maybe NDC promise of one time premium was unrealistic. Fast forward, Oma Babemu, Abana Koso 2013, Ghana Fosu, at we say, now health insurance, I'm about Anna Mumfamba, health insurance, Anna Mumfamba, or see you. So promise now, yeah, the buy, you know, and yeah, they are realistic, and they'll be able to me, into me, or cannot unreal who. Some men are say, Minister of State in charge of financial and allied institutions, Exp0sez, the one-time premium promised by the National Democratic Congress during the 2008 election campaign was unrealistic. And then, Oyo General Secretary, Omo promising one-time premium in 2008, Omo show manifesto, no munim say unrealistic. Omo buy na, ya two abamo muye na fe yesi omo nyano, obe catch and say unrealistic. Please, are you listening? Are you following? Are you following? These are the same people who all kasa in 2013 no crowd no embra nkofo so ni mu say for one time premium no man na o si onya no or say he also cited the free senior high school promise of the New Patriotic Party during the campaign period in the 2012 election was also unrealistic. 2013 na Ghana for bisa na say one time premium when fabre no na fa hook here na ye hwehwe no or say ade na ye kai 2008 and yet realistic and ye betumi ye on kana nuntum or say enye enkwai de na yentumi yo MPP for crown so free SHS na omo kan 22 and de omo so kra mbo betumi ye ebusuafo. We have delivered the free senior high school we promised as far back as in 2008. Shall we ask former President Mahama where the one-time premium for the national health insurance is? This is the difference between the MPP and the NDC. They made a promise, they couldn't deliver. We made a promise, we have delivered. Big difference between the two political parties. But almost yes, I promise you only because they realized that Ghanaians were happy with health insurance. And the only way to win 2008 elections, they say, almost do a man over two. In the idea of Mukutia no Muniji woman, after the 2008, the Akosha manifesto. Say, Adiano Kromoba, Omukade, ye, Ombe, one-time premium. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 years later, you be Minister for Finance. Say, now one-time premium, the better measures also yes, so I promise you, man, they don't litigate to me. And I say, hey, sir, now we try and trust you, and people for crowd promise me no Mokaka 2012, no. So, if you are mobile, don't meet me, you're unrealistic. This is the difference. We promised in 2008, say, your baby moto mama and your baby mua. Your baby senior high school education are free. Your buy no, yeah. In 6 months. NDC promised in 2008. So I'm about the one-time premium and the national health insurance, baby. I'm about 8 years. I'm going to be here. And then I'm say about catch them say, mon to about more. Na free senior high school na drunk for the buy. Na do here. Na kuti free senior high school no omo say yan de papa no omo ba omo be ye ne ye sa storyline say na ure fia the same storyline na omo de be national health insurance scheme dia omo de ye president kofo wan bra o national health insurance ba no sa pepepe na omo de ye na drunk kofo do bra o free senior high school ye den eba the same plot last week some kai ye kan ye no how different are they from these? This week, and so some of health insurance, the normal kai say, edu 2008, President Kufo, Eko, Eddie MPP, say, come Ghana for say, and to Abamayano. On the catch Ghana for say, forget you. President Kufo health insurance, boy, who ye? I put ye, but ye, you say, when ye, Montomaye, ye buy, ye ben one-time premium. On bar, Bemuna, Feder, or mine business a one-time premium, no way, no. Almost say, unrealistic. In TNE, say, NDC, niba, who fear no be catch or say, to Abamano. Na free SHS na nanado de aba no enye papa no ba obe improve free SHS obe review na the review ne so obe ma na kodi na year na wakai de omo ye on national health insurance 8 good years we have to endure them, and within that 8 years omo nya sempa pe bi anka nche than to tell you say promise omo de show mo manifesto mu no wo mo manifesto mu black and white no unrealistic. At that time it was too late. There was nothing the Ghanaian people could do. Now we had to endure them for 8 good years before we have an opportunity. And then, Obano be catch us at Tuabamano. No ba, obetumi aye free SHS year. Now wakai the omode year in 2008. And this is for the Gen Zs. What you are seeing playing out today, it played out before in the past. Probably at a time when you were 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, or even 10 years old. You may not remember. That is why this evening, I've taken time to take you through and take you on this journey. So you know that the social intervention policy free senior high school you are seeing today, with all of its successes and challenges, the only safe hands to protect this policy to ensure that your friend, who probably cannot afford, or even yourself, who may not be able to afford, from a very poor background and needs government assistance to be able to access secondary education, the safest hands is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because he believes in it. He understands the concept and he knows exactly what the successes are and what the challenges are. These people who are from the NDC that are telling you that vote against them because there are challenges with the free senior high school. Obvious challenges with the free senior high school. They first of all fought against it. They didn't believe in it. They sued the government for introducing free senior high school. And today they come and tell you, vote for us. These people who brought the policy, they don't understand the policy. And that vote for us who fought against the policy, we rather will make it better. This is a script they have used before. They used it on our forefathers. For you and I who are alive today, it is our time to make a difference. It is our time we tell them that enough is enough. We understand the issues better than we could understand them in the past. And this time round, we'll not give you the chance. Put your trust and your faith in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Indeed, there are challenges. Indeed, there are difficulties. But let's look at the successes and look into the future. And remember that the real essence of leadership is to fix challenges. And we cannot throw all of this into the air by simply putting and risking our future in the hands of the NDC. Same script, nothing new. Then there's the National Health Insurance Scheme that they introduced now. After the buy no almost the one-time premium, but now almost to me and famano. The air create chairman soon say, apart from the fact that they could not fulfill their promise Omo ntumi amma omo bosho no mo hye na mbe mu no. Omo san gu no. Health insurance omo san gu no. Say ono no se mo nto obama ye be improve no. Omo san gu no. And look at this. This is in 2013. Return of cash and carry. NHIS is broke. Save NHIS from collapse. Public Accounts Committee tells Health Minister. Alessegbefia. NHIS has collapsed under the NDC. Dr. Richard Anane. NHI owes Donko Chrome Presby Hospital 8 months in arrears. 2016 November. Hospitals collapsing due to NHIS indebtedness. 2014 June. Hospitals in Upper West collapsing due to 90 million NHIS debt. 2016 February. Collapse of NHIS and return of cash and carry reveal Mahama's incompetence. Ghana Web, 2015 March. A World Bank report says NHIS is collapsing. 2012 November. Now, one. Go for the health insurance about. What quit here? What boycotted parliament? What cassette here health insurance? Nyamia do modia kukudua ye. What buy no? One febi anka ho. What dada Ghana for say? Omon toma na kufo health insurance kwa wenhu ye. What buy be no one time premium? One to me and famba. Now what's ye guno? How can you be this wicked and callous to the people? In fact, adeba kwa ya na ye refi krampo ne say, eya na kufo refi. NDC for no more crown say mekaya. I keep forgetting this one. Omo be introduce capitation. Every year no more Ashanti region bekai capitation. Health insurance capitation some bekai. Omo be start capitation to restrict the health insurance. NDC. This is the scorecard. This is the scorecard. It took a lot of demonstration in Ashanti region before Sa capitation yomujaye. You can also be over Ashanti region. In fact, Gen Z's Google capitation, National Health Insurance capitation. I bet it will tell you everything. But this is the scorecard. Between 2009 and 2016, on Mampeni Kufoja Health Insurance more. Omo say Ghana fund to more one time premium be improve. Number of people over health insurance and also see. If you 12.5 million, equal 11.3 million. That's what because people lost confidence in it. We knew our time, no mugusu the manual. Omo to me improving it that. It take about 3 weeks and away renew our health insurance card. Omo fa yare foforo bia mbeka health insurance yare na ehwe no so. It took 8 years of enduring them after they lied to us for vote. 8 years of enduring them before MPP came back to power. And because it was our policy, it was our baby, it's like say buy a warning, you know. We knew how to manage it. And then 11.3 na yebe fire no. A movie equal 17.5 million. Ghana for 6 million. No more do national health insurance simply because of the confidence they have in the scheme. And then me no can say on trying 3 weeks and say we renew card. Enka no NDC for abai mu no. We health insurance card expire now call hospital. And I yare bowa untumi use card no. This okko pace Canada tria. And then oko hospital now kai say we health insurance card expire. What the doctor nim know about short code. Obo short code that doctor ne wo kasa. Eya wode. What say obofo no. Eya bisa questions no train now renew card. Obe church won say nyina be wie no. Now when your health insurance renewal, now they tua bill. Won pay we. Now pay den. Finally, she yare ahodo a ne bo edin pa e wa yare sem. And an MPP aban na na dan kweko for the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e dey abeka health insurance no. Kidney, childhood cancer, leukemia, worms, tumor, sickle cell. Nansi ya mo kai kidney die. Nkola is up to about 18 years. And then penny for more past 60 years. Almost dialysis aban hwe eyo for free. Leukemia yare sickle cell edrobia ho enna ne bo adin pa e ma sickle cell nkola ne sickle cell patients bre aban the national health insurance. This is a scorecard. And he said ne oba be catch us say ono in the man national health insurance here national health insurance. You should know how dishonest these people are and how double standard they are in everything that they do. Now, senior beya obeka in semunity, Michelle. Mumbo 2016, the okaye. Now mumbo they are 20. They build about 2024 then first. We are about 2016. We are near question videos baku mienu bi under the NDC era under National Health Insurance Scheme. Near summit was.
Even the NHIS. NDC started a pilot in Damango and Nkranza for the NHIS. Implementation started in President Kufuor's time. But what President Kufuor introduced was a mutual health insurance scheme. And so your card, your NHIS card, allowed you to access health services only in the district in which you were registered. Today's National Health Insurance Scheme was introduced by Professor Mills. He changed it from a mutual district insurance scheme to a national health insurance scheme so that your card could access health care anywhere in Ghana you go. President Kufuor continued the economic adjustment program and under HIPIC initiative achieved significant debt reduction, implementing new social intervention programs such as NHIS and the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. He passed these on to President Professor John Evan Mills.
These people have been queuing for hours to sign up to Ghana's National Health Insurance Scheme. A new instant biometric membership card is proving very popular. The scheme was introduced 10 years ago, and there are now more than 10 million subscribers. It means access to free healthcare and medicines for those most in need. Vida Shewudiaso is waiting for her child to see the doctor at the country's largest hospital in Kolebu. She's been using the National Health Insurance Scheme for 7 years. She says it's been a real... Abroche
News Al Jazeera Ebabeye. Timami ude timami asemi.
Insurance desk, fill out forms, all these waste time. And sometimes it's 1 or 2 p.m. by the time you get to see the doctor.
It's a similar story for this private clinic in Tema, just outside the capital, Accra. The medical director says he's struggling, but he continues to see health insurance patients because he doesn't want to abandon them.
It's very difficult for us financially because the last payment was about some 5 months ago.
It hasn't been easy because I came here as early as 7 a.m. and I'm still in the line. I mean, we were in the line when we were told that the network is off. So we had to wait for about an hour or 2 before they started processing the materials.
Hospital.
Nansenya video we nansenya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne market store ya okọ aten do me kwa benya oso na mami edi national health insurance renewal or ye on the phone so ye ntentem adanse munti do kai
Hospital. Me kwa minimum say me akotua card me aso de ma renew ne health insurance me kwa ya no na ga na ji oso de buy me see ai oje ohwe so se akola na ofie se me so 4 years o se abe ya adwuma sisi a kwakwa a ya adwuma me ntua henda Ghana no etu omu ye ba omu ye beba omu ye ba omu ye beba oh ye ba omu ye beba me ba no hospital H0t me kwa minimum say me akotua card me aso de ma renew ne health insurance me kwa ya no na ga na ji oso de buy me see ai oje ohwe so se akola na ofie se me so 4 years o se abe ya adwuma sisi a kwakwa a ya adwuma me ntua henda Ghana no etu omu ye ba omu ye beba omu ye ba omu ye beba.
Ebusafo, the debate is settled. The conversation is over. We kasa tintin bia entro no trial no. We control about free SHS last week. You didn't say not to wankasa you judge for yourself. Evidence is out there plenty. We control our national health insurance and we've shown and proven to you since no kind no crazy anymore. It is not true. National health insurance was already national health insurance answer on my peniko for a fear by mu. Answer on my peniko for be fear by mu no. Now I can all the district mutual health insurance schemes 145 for Cabo Mini, I can't now Bomudada. And we issue national health insurance card, which ensured say and for home baby our Ghana baby our national health insurance card now the call hospital no kwandia ye show. Or yes, I many engineers will fear bemu. They're at best. The NDC are buying the year in the year 2012 and they say Sa nhyehyɛ ne reforms of mampani kufo ye ne nyina no. A na eni emra na edika of mampani kufo ye access 50 no. No mo ye emra for no Act 852 to encompass all these reforms, but it is never true. And yet no credit da so mampani Dada John Dramani Mahama any NDC aban and the National Health Insurance buy. And yet me kana make a ono ankasa eka or parliament so mampani kufo implemented the National Health Insurance scheme. Ebium and yet no credit in Kranza Community Health Insurance Scheme, and a Damongo Health Insurance Scheme, a Catholic Church, and a community, no, and on the buyer, supported by an international NGO called Memisa, and a boy. Yemen ma and tro, and in Nada Quine, a was about to him. Baby, no credano, and when near the battle. But to send a medicano, follow the plot. She script, no, script are Omodema Health Insurance, ye, Sa pepe, and Omodema free senior high school. Health insurance omu kutia ye e kansem tia no enso health insurance ba ya afi do mu se ejina na edi ne pa e ba na e ho abato nsenso so wo no na omo dane omo no na omo ka che Ghana fo nyina ne se omampani kufo no de health insurance ba ye no we hu ye nti ye nto abamom na omo de omo ba omo ma na ye one time premium ye gina so de to abamom 8 years omo anye eduru bebi e bi so omo no ene omo general secretary Fifi Kwete e ka che Ghana fo se sa promise no my no e unrealistic promise na mo de share mo manifesto no e unrealistic nti se ne omo san ba ho be ka che wo se school free senior high school na omampani na dan kwekufa do de aba a omo kutia no sa free senior high school no omampani ekufa do ehu ye nti yento abantia MPP aban ne yento mo no mo ba omo mu na omo kutia free senior high school ne be ni ya na wakai de omo ye under health insurance scheme yes say kasa tenten tomponko nti mintwa so wa ha nemum a word to the wise is enough owie no omananso ho a osaso twantro ba ko bi so ka ho make handle no tie na de na dwumadi na yeden abewie muntie asem a ode akukuduro ene enieden e ka che media fo ene Ghana fo nyina se omampani ekufo ado aban ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the entire period 8 years yaba be mu nyina no yenye insuo 1 gallon mpo umenti de oka wo video yi mu.
We have provided more access to water than any other government in the history of this country. When Professor Mills came into government, access to clean drinking water was 58%. By the time we left office, access to clean drinking water was 76%. For Accra alone, we added 40 million more gallons of water. In 8 years, not 1 gallon has been added. We have provided more access to water than any other government in the history of this country. When Professor Mills came into government, access to clean drinking water was 58%. By the time we left office, access to clean drinking water was 76%. For Accra alone, we added 40 million more gallons of water. In 8 years, not 1 gallon has been added. We have provided more access to water than any other government in the history of this country. When Professor Mills came into government, access to clean drinking water was 58%. By the time we left office, access to clean drinking water was 76%.
Enti e was of we yen tentin bia yen tete bia asem no kan no oboa en no kre okase omampani ekufa do na MPP aban yen fa single drop of water ma ya en no kre oboa wan kan no kre wendu no kre anchere media for ne Ghana for nyina enti na what is the point if you call a media engagement and you lie and then san ka wan frɛ kran kan fa so bie ni so mema mo breakdown in fact if it 2017 bepe mo ne obampani kufo aban ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aban yen fan ba ye kra 65 million gallons of water per day e dey aba beka ho 65 million gallons per day e aba beka ho and I'll give you the breakdown. Wow water project 3.3 million gallons per day. Upper East water project 4.5 million. Accra rehabilitated abandoned treatment plant at Kwon 6 million gallons. Akem Oda water project 7.7 million. And their Ekoswa Accra by the end of the year. Secondly, Takrado water 22 million. Kita water supply project 7 million. Wenchi water supply project 2.35 million. Sunyano water supply project 12 million. Okay, Kasa project in Ebumwa and about 65 million gallons of water per day. the upper young funny in anche 65 million in anche then count 1 million cry. It cannot be true. Say you for one drop of water cry and become. Why do you do that? Former President Mahama, why? Why? I know yes sir. At them panting now yes sir. Why do you do these things deliberately? How can you stand in front of the people and say I buy now for one drop? But how do you even sleep at night when you say these things? How? And you expect that when you put out these lies, we won't do anything about it, we won't say anything about it, that you are the only person with access to media, that you can say whatever you want to say and get away with it. How can you put out such a deliberate lie? And you so no mampeni ekufado ebi ano onu mi. And you so no ebi odi one drop no, one cup na mampeni ekufado no mi. And see, you put out a blatant lie. Be nice to them. I mean, be fair to the issues. And do justice to the facts. Like we do. We always show you the scorecard. What we did and what you did. So all you needed to do was to say, me buy no 10. And the Kufado buy 8. There's no fight over that. That is the fact. That is the fact. But for you to say one drone, I say, what dada yana? It's a way you when you say what dada Ghana for, what cut now call. Because you know say they are kind of and you just say it and go. Please, shall we watch the video of the water system? Maybe na at least you share by all means. Na on fanka canon, please. Mun show water project in the money. Way a water project on Mampeni Nana Adudanko Ekufado a commission ama the good people of Upper West. Now, science so we know a 3.3 million gallons of water per day, and they demand the good people of Upper West. Very, very important water system on Mampeni Ekufado Akwako Bie ama the good people of Upper West. Upper is the answer, and also about 4.5 million gallons per day. But we are wadi and we are 3.3 million. I come down for cross there only about 7.7 million gallons per day. And also on Mampeni Kufo, Mampeni Kufado, Aquaco be a mom. Meshamo, this is fact. We know, yeah, the 10 TB and Casa 10 TB. And so a buku fem to and now a Kufado, a bonnet, we are say 1 year 1 drop. Now the vim power now the GHTV swaka. Inti ade we be pipe single film so 1 year 1 drop. Ade. I don't know what to me when ni. But your video near why? Video near. Now oka we in area. No I see am catch and say or catch media phone say after lying to them on several of these things. Okay, so vote for me and let's reset Ghana. Yeah, reset Ghana. You reset Ghana. We are say you reset Ghana. You reset Ghana say. Ghana now you tomorrow. I will say you tomorrow na be reset. No be reset na kwa. Are you coming to reset Ghana to the doomsday for 3 years na? Are you coming to reset Ghana to the same Ghana now? There was a freeze on public sector recruitment. No? Ghana now what 3 months pay policy. Enti teacher ni nurse ni eye adwuma 1 year. No wait you am 3 months no. And only reset. That is where you want us to reset to. No chalks in basic schools. Enunti. Second lady co school, mukwakache school for say omuni omu PT and chalk. No omu chalk, want to momu chalk and name momu chalk china. You want us to reset into that one? Over 100,000 Ghanaian children now you left them at home after basic education or man senior high school because also who see school then we answer what form no. We should reset back into that Ghana. You cancelled teachers and teacher training allowance. Cancelled nursing training allowance. And then here for mba. So educo school uchemu. We should reset Ghana. We should vote for you to reset Ghana into that situation. O taxi ya taxi kaya ye na ono ebe pre ejuma ya ko ne fie na ese obo na nkonyansa na ejuma bi no. Wo frɛ kaya ye fo hia e wo dwabo ase na wo mo head pan so mo nje nkoso ade na wo ya wase ya taxi omo. O taxi condom. O taxi ndade, nkrantie, a ekuafo de do koko ase e de do mumfu ase de do eburu ase o taxi ye should we reset Ghana into that into that situation? Ghana ebe international corruption hub. Yen to Obama yen reset Ghana enko sa same situation dana. Guinea fowls are wo dia ban sika koye ye edu baby no eni nyina tu fi Ghana ekọ Burkina Faso according to you ene waban. We should reset Ghana into that situation and ejuma yefo eni abre na omo se oman ni mu ayeden into to ma kwatu mu kakra na omo tumi nya bibi kakra nko fie oman ni mu ayeden ukojina Botswana ka che Botswana so say wo de Ghana ha no we strike ma strike afono enti wo no wote wo no enye obi na wutie na strike enye wo hwe why you say odwanfunu unti obia. We should vote for you and reset Ghana into that situation and cholera teta cholera kra eku Ghana for ewo my way mu. We should reset Ghana. Vote for you to reset Ghana into that situation. And your COVID, yes, I can never say on my way. Mu. Edu baby na emrantie ne maba a forme Unemployed Graduate Association of Ghana. Esra was a page mama yeno. What catch on say one young magician. Now we creating numa. One young magician now disika abeshe Ghana for ebotum. Wo ministers e catch Ghana for rantes omunko efuom na omunko sesa omunko twa e grass megu kwan honton. And omunko sesa ebo embogu kwa ho hyehyɛ enton. We should vote for you to reset Ghana into that same situation. What catch Ghana for say ye kasa dodo, ye complaining too much. That's what you told us. We should vote for you to send us back into that situation. The things and the situation you put us through in this country is not one that any Ghanaian would want to go back into. October 2015, unemployed nurses picket at Flagstaff House. We should vote to get back into this situation. 3 months pay policy killer. It was abolished in 2020. 2020, and a Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, abolished 3 months, pay policy. You introduced it. Omo year ejuma for almost about 1 year. Ghana new, why ejuma for a whole year, 1 year. To Abamano. If I say Tuyaneka, Osio, Abai Niska, inti Ubetuyano 3 months be paid. No woman 3 months. Echimodin say, how is that possible? How is that possible? So I just say, victims of 3 months salary pay policy. Omo ye demonstration. Omo say, I do 1 year to omo ye across all the 10 regions. The demonstration was dubbed Operation 10 regions, 10 demonstrations in 10 weeks. Within 10 weeks, no one demonstration 10 times across the country. Victims of 3 months salary pay policy. You want us to vote for you. Media for you can say vote for me so that I can reset Ghana. This is what you want to reset us into. Teachers petition NAGRAT over salary arrears. We should reset Ghana into this situation. Prof. Opoko Ajimai, running mate, explains why Mahama paid only 3 months salary arrears to teachers. Mutuya 3 months we na skana monfa mayano. After you they come explain taya. Pay us our money. You want us to vote for you and your running mate who actually supervise the 3 months pay policy. Yantu abamamo. So that we say you want to reset Ghana. You want to reset us into a 3 months pay policy situation and that is not going to happen. We don't want to go back into Dumso. So we don't want to reset into where you took us into. One kasa, edu baby, one kasa wa by mumpeni for crack. I say you can't fix the economy. And you call it down. Those who think that President and his ministers have answers to the seeming difficulty times Ghanaians are going through, coupled with the continued depreciation of the cedi, should start revisiting their notes. The Minister of Water Resources works a house in Alhaji College Dauda, speaking at Obuase at the weekend during the 10th anniversary celebration of the enslavement of Adansi Sarki. Wow, Minister. I say at the end of the year, because at the end this was your own minister speaking. 10 February 2014. I am not a magician. Mahama tells unemployed graduates. President Mahama has said that the unemployment rate, especially among the youth, is high because many of the unemployed graduates are not skilled, indicating that he's not a magician to put money in their pocket. Ghana Web. You are telling the media to come and inform us. Oh, catch a media for some country. Say, Yentu Obama now reset Ghana. You want to reset Ghana into this situation. Now, media for no crowd would do money on your Mokasano Crano. Osan catch on say, Okofa Media Development Fund Abano. I am surprised that they didn't ask you, say, na sika no wɔ he because media development fund here will promise you omobiemu yi one kasa wo gitu mu say you brought it, you mentioned it in the past. Emma wo minister Okudjota Blakwa honorable e ka chen say 1 million Ghana cedi bi akokoda account nim sasika no e wo he sasika ne wo he ye bisa eche na say oh sika no mo de akototo laptops na laptops no ton kra me say ketashi se ne proye bi abemu ho sense mu bi intade no ade no yenja ye set up committee bi nti yenya nto wansa committee no koye adwuma mbra all this years committee no ntumi adwuma da ebepem ne you are back making the same promise and when you made the promise everybody was clapping for you but we are here we haven't forgotten ye refie ye kai ye nto aba ma won ne ento aba ma won chira because we don't want to reset Ghana into this. There are difficulties, there are challenges or how there were difficulties and challenges but niam ni bebre a wo de ye fe mu a me show yi nyina no ya soso ano aka bia ye nya wie ye eno na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e ka ho asem se ye nto aba ma no na omboa na de ya no ombo ho ban na de aka no ye ntumi ye no so ye de enka ho na adenti na because ye were challenges ba ko mienu nti ye nto ne mapa ye tumi ani nyina ngu ne ensa nto aba ma na ye reset Ghana into this same situation. That will not happen and that's why we are here. Utwa ntro mienu ye beka no kra mienu utwa ntro miensa ye beka no kra miensa. This is the future, this is the next chapter of Ghana. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono so ye Ghana ni onye mampani da but odi mampani abedi ekire esua ne ma bebre in the period and clearly no based on suahu na wanya no ye ma no kwan no so ba ono so ede na dwenkire ne nani daso ne nani so ade hu kakra so be den ebeba wodi a obeye bia as a former vice president wo ye wodi a obeye bia as a president wo ye. This is a time for bold solutions for our future, which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising. To establish a national open university, free tertiary education for persons with disability, train 1 million youth in IT, reposition Ghana's education system towards STEM and AI, 1 student, 1 laptop for tertiary students, expand school infrastructure to improve the free senior high school policy, establish Ghana School Support Secretariat, MBA and NFL opportunities for young people. National service will no longer be voluntary. If you get a job right after school, and you believe so when you do my kwakwaya yen kase chenchina che, so be national service as a wakwaya juma na be we na juma na bo na yen day. Ubetumi apply for national service. Now I apply for exemption. National service for more exemption which me akoye we juma. Tax amnesty for businesses and traders or more arrears for years are amene omo and into omo ntumi ntua ama tax and kra no omo pese omo de omo be dim because of arrears no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the tax amnesty flat rate on spare parts import, fully automate the thermoport, solar and wind power to supplement our power generation system. Say the be no be man de bo na dey akofem kakra. Zero duty on solar panels are beba. Mining licenses will be improved near the Mineral Development Bank Aba to support small scale miners. Na Ghana fo anka say to me nyeska ayo mo anka so mo mining. No more only mo concession. Pension scheme for small scale miners ebeba. Easy passport acquisition with Ghana card, credit system for Ghanaians, e-visa for international visitors. You better introduce a digital streaming platform for artists that work Ghana, tax incentives for producers and musicians, electronic and faceless audits by GRE. You better reduce the cost of internet data. Private sector would support government in building roads and other infrastructure. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kadada say, it's time a private sector back boom. Niyama your infrastructure development and contentem, and that is something that is going to be exploited quickly. And then of course hostel facilities for apprentices. And then washa said that kaya yefua okomo mo head pan so mo njiro mo fanko so ya de no muti emmemo no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia si hostels amomo ameno ka se omo da hostels ni mu a aban training omo wonsa no adwuma mu se na be yo metumi akofie no makoye nsa no adwuma foforo. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se oba enye kaya yefo no nko a apprentice for na omusu adwuma na obi wo ha be bi obeda kra ye de no ye be sisi hostels amomo no motumi ayeden atena ho. This is the bold solutions for the future, and yet very possible once we put our minds to it. And that's what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising the good people of Ghana. Ogusua Oba Pro ne Ghana for aiding Komo across the country. Expect to see Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in your neighborhood. Expect to see Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe in your neighborhood. Expect to hear from all the MPP functionaries are over to me at your monka. Now one casaso ganeni based on the arcane in the man chair the benino. Kai say on mine dache is at stake. It's if I hujim catch a unia. Now we are also catching in here, on also catching in here say we need to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.